Justice with Judge Mablean will be life because in everything we do, it involves the law. Where's your witness?
In the evidence.
That's hearsay.
It's notarized.
I still say it's hearsay.
She's fair.
You got to help these young men learn how to do this the right way.
Yes, Your Honor.
She's firm.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
No, I don't need to say anything else.
She's honest.
I'm not your child and I'm not your friend. That's the order of the court. Goodbye.
This is Justice with Judge Mablean.
All rise. All parties, raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge Mablean presiding.
Thank you. You may be seated. In the matter of Javonna Russell versus Forrest Gill, I understand you're suing him, your ex-husband, right?
Ex-boyfriend, Your Honor.
Ex-boyfriend, father of your child,
Yes.
for $850 for allowing him to enter a hot dog eating contest and getting ill. And you say, Mr. Gill is my son, and I can make that decision and allow him to do that. And of course, the son has a testimony. Is that you? What's your name? Aaron?
Yes,
How old are you?
I'm 12, Your Honor.
All right. So you want to have a seat right now, and then when I'm ready to hear your side of the testimony, I'll call you up.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, starting with you, Ms. Russell, tell me what happened.
So I met Forrest 14 years ago. We were madly in love, and in a year into our relationship, I became pregnant. We decided to split because we wanted to go different ways. We had different goals in life, and we came up with a parenting plan after our son was born, deciding what we can do with our son when we're either with Forrest or with me, 1 week and a week with me. I'm very active, I'm vegan, I eat healthy, clean, and I wanted the same for my son, Aaron.
You're a vegan,
Yes, I am, ma'am.
and you eat very healthy, what we call clean eating,
Yes,
and he doesn't.
that's correct.
Okay, go on.
A few months ago, I got Aaron into football so he can stay active and have a high metabolism and stay fit for his age. And he got injured.
Did you agree with that?
No, I did not, Your Honor.
So you didn't agree with the football?
No, I did not like him playing football because it's too dangerous.
So you think football is dangerous? She didn't like what you eat. She think your eating is dangerous. So you put him in football and he got injured
That's
a month
correct.
ago
Yes, Your Honor.
without daddy's consent.
That's correct.
Okay. What did daddy do when the child got injured?
He paid half the medical,
Okay.
Your Honor.
All right. Now what happened?
They entered a hot dog eating contest, which I was not notified about. He ingested 26 hot dogs within 10 minutes.
Sure, with your little self? 26 hot dogs in how many minutes?
10 minutes.
Stand up. I got to go to him now. 26 hot dogs in 10 minutes?
Yeah. You see, the trick is you need to chug down water at the same time you're eating the hot dogs to get it flow.
Oh. Did you practice eating the hot dogs like this?
I didn't practice.
Did you read something on the internet to tell you the best way to do it?
Yeah.
You do some reading on that, huh? Whose idea was this hot dog eating contest?
It was my idea, Your Honor.
Why?
All my friends were entering it, and it was right next to his house, so I thought I might give it a shot.
Might I say, and I want to say it now, I applaud the two of you that you sat down together as mother and father without the benefit of court, without the benefit of lawyers, knew that you had a child and wrote an agreement. So all these terms that you wrote in that agreement that I read was quite big. You decided. Now, but here we go. You let him play football without consulting Daddy. Daddy let him enter the hot dog eating contest without consulting you, and now you're upset. Why?
Because he had a really bad stomachache and he had to go to the ER.
When he got hit by the football, what do you have?
It was a shoulder dislocation.
Dislocated shoulder.
Yes.
Was it his right head? Was it his main shoulder, main head? What head? Arm?
I tripped on the field trying to catch a ball, and I fell on my left shoulder.
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
I was right-handed.
Okay, so it didn't affect your ability to write,
No.
but it had some effect on you, right? Quite painful, was it not?
Yes, it was, Your Honor.
Yes. And did Dad pay half that bill
Yes, he did.
without complaining?
Yes.
So now the child eats a hot dog, 26 hot dogs in 10 minutes. And what happened to you after you ate those hot dogs, young man?
After the hot dog eating contest, I won, so I felt great, but
You were jumping up and down, screaming and yelling, huh?
Yeah. And after
Did you
that,
sweat after eating that mini hot dog? Did you break out into a sweat?
yeah, it was tiring.
Yeah.
But after maybe 5 minutes, I started feeling very queasy, and like my stomach was just churning. It felt horrible. And then that's
Just
when my dad.
bubbling over, huh?
Yeah, that's when my dad called the ambulance.
Did you faint?
No, but I felt like I could.
And Dad called the ambulance?
Yeah.
Oh, so you responded to his concerns, to his health issue that he was
Yes,
facing,
and I rode in the ambulance with him.
to the hospital.
Coming up on Justice with Judge Mablean.
You paid half the bill,
Yeah.
but now you wanted to pay it all?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Why?
Well, we have a history of obesity in both our families.
Excuse me, I'm not obese. I'm a little bit overweight, but I'm not obese.
And later,
Okay, now you go to the bar.
I noticed she was getting increasingly loud, and she started drinking other people's drinks
How did she do that?
while their heads were turned away.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Giovanna Russell, who is suing Forrest Gill for medical expenses.
And then what happened when you got to the hospital?
I texted Joe, and she chewed me out.
So you contacted her immediately, as the order says, to let each other know when something's going on with the children. You
Yeah.
followed that part of the order. You told her what was going on. Then what happened?
And I paid half the bill like I'm supposed to.
You paid half the bill.
Yeah.
But now you wanted to pay it all?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Why?
Well, we have a history of obesity in both our families, and the
Excuse
reason
me, I'm not obese. I'm a little bit overweight, but I'm not obese.
But in her opinion, you're obese, and obesity runs in the family, or overweight, or whatever. So I'm trying to get her take on why she thinks you should pay. Let me ask you a question.
Yes, Your Honor.
You call him obese?
He's a little overweight.
Okay, so what was he like when you met him? Was he obese or was he thin?
He was thin.
Okay. And when you got pregnant, what was he like? Was he obese or thin?
In between.
Okay. Did he eat well? Did he eat like you? Was he a plant-based or vegan eater when you were dating him?
We both have different eating habits.
And you had different eating habits when you met him?
Yes.
And when you're having sexual intercourse with him, you knew he had different eating habits?
Yes.
And you knew there was a possibility you could produce a child?
Yes.
And you would produce that child with you having different eating habits?
Yes.
And then the child was going to have different eating habits. And your agreement says when you're at each other's house, you're responsible for cooking, preparing the meals, and taking care of the child, right?
Yes.
Except when he comes over, she prepares his meals for him. She prepares a vegan meal, and she expects him to eat that. I can't, he doesn't eat what he wants to eat. He eats the food that she gives him to bring over to my house.
According to the agreement that I read, it did say that each parent makes those decisions when the child is in his or her custody. And that's the agreement the two of you wrote. So why are you insisting on taking him vegan food and making him eat that over at his dad's house?
I'm just trying to offer healthier options, Your Honor. I'm trying to find a healthy balance.
Offer a healthy option. A healthy option is one thing, trying to force it is another. Because again, that's why I went through that scenario of you knew what kind of person he was and how he ate when you were going with him. So you have to make those decisions before you have a baby by somebody. He's going to eat what he eats, you're going to eat what you eat, and the child is going to learn and do somewhere in between because he's a very intelligent young man. And you're going to do your own reading and research and understanding about healthy foods and bad foods and what could cause heart attacks, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes and all
Yes, I
that,
will,
right?
Your Honor.
Your Honor,
So
if I may.
Dad, what do you have to say now?
Well, I have this picture of him after he won the contest. I'd like
Oh
to
yeah,
submit
with him
this as-
smiling and all excited?
Yeah, with a big old grin on his face.
You got a medal. What a happy feeling. You accomplished something that you wanted to do, and it made him feel good. And now I'm sure he's learned a lesson. You want to go to another hot dog eating contest?
No, Your Honor. I've learned my lesson. I will never eat a hot dog at a contest again.
Didn't like it, wasn't so good, huh?
For the first 5 minutes, it was great, but afterwards, it was.
Now you know that eating all that many hot dogs in a hot dog eating contest, it causes you problems. So you finished with that, you tried it, you got it out your system, it's over. Ms. Russell, your agreement, as I said, which was very, very thorough, well written, well thought out, it said any medical expenses the child incurs, that each of you would pay half of the expense that was not covered by insurance. So he's willing to pay his half, or have you paid your half?
I already paid.
He paid his half, you got to pay your half. He paid his half when he had the football injury. You didn't pay all of that?
No, Your Honor.
So, no, you're trying to do it one-sided. It doesn't work like that. What I suggest you do is rethink that agreement now that the child is older and you see the kinds of things that come up. I think now the two of you need to sit down and say, in light of the fact that he's a teenager, he's now 12 years old, he's going to want to do a lot of different things. Let's figure out among us, the parents, how we feel about these certain things that he wants to get involved in and come to those decisions now. So instead of saying he makes the decision when he's with him and you make the decision when he's with you, and then if you say he can play football, you say he can't. So football requires practice, football requires games. Football is not just 1 week, 1 day at a time, or 1 week at a time. It's a whole season. So he can't play it with her and not play it with you because he can't go to practice and he can't go to the games. And vice versa, whatever he gets involved in. This agreement about paying half of the medical expenses as they're incurred that's not covered by insurance, I think that's what any court would probably order if you have that ability to do so. I think it's a well-written agreement, but it needs some little modifications in terms of deciding at each other's house. That's not going to work because he needs a structure. A child functions better when they don't have all that split going on between the parents. They really function better when you agree on things, all right? And you don't put him in the middle of it. The two of you sit down as adults and figure it out. So judgment for the defendant. Good luck to you, young man.
Thank you.
All rise.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
All right, you've received your ruling. Any final thoughts you have about that you can share with each other at this time?
I have nothing to add.
No, nothing to add.
Coming up,
So someone's drink was on the counter. When they turned their head, she took the drink and drank?
Yes.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, Your
Is that true?
I mean, Rat Girl Summer.
you're watching Justice with Judge Mablean.
Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge Mablean presiding.
In the matter of Kim Chong versus Bianca Martinez, Ms. Chong, you're suing her for $1,250. You want to hold her responsible for your purse, your wallet, your cell phone, and all the other belongings that you left in a rideshare vehicle, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And your contention, Ms. Martinez, is, I left mine too, so we're on equal footing, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so tell me about it.
My name is Kim, and I am from Laguna Beach, and I had recently turned 21 years old.
So you should have grown up a little bit. You're 21 now.
Yes.
Let's hear what you had. What happened?
I have been studious for a majority of my life, and I wanted to live a little. Bianca and I clicked. We went to parties together, and she's a little wild card. She's a little wild one. Yeah.
So you wanted to sow your wild oats.
I just wanted to enjoy life a little bit.
So what happened?
I got invited to go to a concert, and we decided to get a rideshare together. When we made it to the concert, it was fun. We were dancing, and I was severely enjoying myself. It was great. After the concert ended, she was like, hey, let's just go to the movies. So before we went to the theaters, I noticed that Bianca was looking through the trash. I saw that she took out a popcorn bag, and she got a refill and decided to eat out of it.
She took a popcorn bag out of the trash can at the theater.
Yes.
Went up to the line and got it refilled.
Yes.
Coming up,
She wanted to live a little. You thought that she would let her hair down and not be as judgmental and not be as prudish. She thought that she could live on the wild side like you.
you're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Kim Trong, who is suing Bianca Martinez for negligence.
Okay, so she took the bag and got the popcorn refill.
She requested that we go to the bar.
Go to the bar.
Yes, afterwards.
Okay, so now you've left the movies.
Yes.
You didn't tell me that. So you got the one bag of disgusting popcorn, saw the movie, left.
Yes.
Okay, now you go to the bar.
I noticed she was getting increasingly loud, and she started drinking other people's drinks
How did she do that?
while their heads were turned away.
So someone's drink was on the counter. When they turned their head, she took the drink and drank?
Yes.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, Your
Is
Honor.
that true?
I mean,
Yeah.
Rat Girl Summer.
Rat girl summer?
Yes.
That's supposed to mean something to me? You better explain it because it has no meaning to me.
Okay, Your Honor. So it is a trend on TikTok. Do you follow TikTok?
No.
Okay.
I'm aware of it, but why would I follow TikTok? No, I don't follow it.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, anyway, so it's a trend they have, and basically what it means is you just live like a rat does, but carefree, adventurous, living on the edge. She seems like she's judging my going in the trash, but that's what rats do. I mean, I just wanted to let loose, and it seemed like Kim wanted to let loose too. I mean, she wanted to come out with me, and she told me she wanted to kind of live on the wild side.
That's what she said. She wanted to try living on the wild side.
Not
So-
to that extent, Your
Well,
Honor.
you don't have to do what she did.
You know, I wouldn't have gone out with you if I knew you were such a prude, Kim.
Like you just said, she's in class with you, and she should know that you're wild. You're in class with her, you should know she's a prude. So
Right.
she wanted to live a little. You thought that she would let her hair down and not be as judgmental and not be as prudish. She thought that she could live on the wild side like you.
Judge Mablean's verdict when Justice with Judge Mablean returns. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean.
Why are you suing her? What happened and how did we get to this $1,250 is what I'm asking.
I wanted to get home. She agreed. The problem was, she decided to want to board onto someone else's rideshare. The driver said, "Are you Jessica?" Bianca said, "Yeah."
So then what happened?
So we both boarded the ride. She started playing music so loud.
Your Honor, I was drunk, okay?
We got that part.
Right.
So she started playing music so loud.
The driver kicked us out. Bianca forgot her purse with all of our stuff in it.
Okay, now you tell me what happened.
She asked me to hold her stuff in my purse, and I said, sure. My stuff was also in the purse.
She was drunk and you weren't, so you should have been taking responsibility for getting the purse.
To be fair, I was also somewhat under the influence considering it was my first time
Oh,
drinking
now you're
alcohol.
going to admit that you were under the influence. Wow.
Yeah, Kim. Wow.
Wow, that took a lot. Now you admit that you too were under the influence. You were just putting it all on her.
You're right.
You went out with somebody that you wanted to turn it up and you wanted to do something that you hadn't done and you wanted to get loose and fancy free. You went along with the, what you call it, the red girls?
Rat Girl Summer.
The red girl summer. You knew it was stealing when she got the popcorn. You knew it was stealing when she jumped in that ride share. You went along with the program, so go along with it. So then now you got to go along with the loss. Yeah, please, get out of my courtroom. Judgment for the defendant.
All rise.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
You still look like a rat.
I would have never gone out with you if I knew you were such a prude.
I wouldn't have gone out with you if I knew you ate garbage for a living.
You are garbage, Kim.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.